Welcome to the road to $1 million in crypto live stream, where I'm going to try and document my journey over the next 300 days to see if it's possible to hit that magic number. Now, if you're new, my name is Ash. I'm an entrepreneur and I believe in financial education because that is the only way you and I are going to build financial independence. So like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join me on this journey. This is day 6. Let's start. All right, welcome everybody to the spreadsheet. And of course, you are looking at the wrong screen. Okay, here we go. So this is my spreadsheet, and I am a very numbers-driven person. And I think it's really important for everybody on this path to track their investments. Now, personally, I like to track my investments over a 24-hour period. Okay, so that's basically daily. You could say that's a little OCD, but that's just like how I like to do it because I want to know how I'm doing on a daily basis. You, of course, can find your own style, and I encourage you to really consider what works for you. All right, so that's something that's really important. By the way, if you're brand new and you've never seen me before, if you've never seen these streams before, I am a cryptocurrency miner and investor, and I am basically documenting my journey. I'm going on a little experiment here to see if it's possible to actually cross $1 million or more in revenue using cryptocurrency. And I want to do it as an experiment. I also want to do it as an opportunity to kind of build a community around people who are also trying to get to that level. Now, none of what I show you in these live streams is financial advice, okay? But they are designed to teach you, okay? So if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat or in the comment section, and I'll do my very best to make sure that I answer those questions, okay? So let's break up the spreadsheet here again. For those of you who are new, the first column represents our mining revenue, and that is split up into Ethereum and Bitcoin mining. So I've been a miner since December, you could say. Not too long, not as long as some of the OG miners that started years and years ago. I just got into this recently. However, I have been an entrepreneur and investor in the traditional financial industry for, you could say, since 2014. Okay, so that's something that I am trying to apply to the crypto space. I want to use some of the principles that I've learned to apply it to crypto and see if it's actually possible to get some of these results. Okay, so the first category, like I said, makes up the mining. The second category here, ignore the pancake swap. I'm gonna basically swap that out. Let's actually swap it out right now. All right, so this will be replaced by a new asset that I plan on adding very soon. I'm just currently testing, and of course, we'll know by Tuesday, maybe Wednesday this week, if it's actually a go or not. But that said, the second asset class here is Decentralized Finance. And that is simply another way of saying I am buying tokens on this platform called Fishswap, and I'm lending these tokens to the pool. As a result, I help power the automated market maker, and as a reward, I get to earn interest. In other words, passive income every single day. All right, very cool. Everybody wants passive income. All right, and then the last category here is my main portfolio, where I'm diversified in a number of different altcoin projects. So we have about 8 different projects so far, and I'm gonna try and continue to diversify and buy into those so we slowly grow this over time. So far, you could say that this is still just the very beginning. We're starting out with just over $3,000 at this juncture point right now. So you could say that is currently our starting point. In terms of daily earnings, what you're looking at this bottom section here are averages. All right, and I'll show you the spreadsheets on the other tabs so you can see what those averages look like. But basically, the first average here is $11 a day on Bitcoin, about $90 a day on average mining Ethereum, and about $93 minting fish tokens, okay? So let's take a look at how we did over the last 24 hours specifically. So this is my mining chart here, and let's see, we are in the 28th, so I actually have got to add some of these values in here. So I'll actually show you how I do it. I basically go to my pool section and I check out my revenue for the previous day. All right, so I'm gonna head over to BTC USD. I want to actually also take a moment to just acknowledge the fact that the markets are down right now, okay? Currently we're looking at a Bitcoin price of around $35,000, maybe hovering just over $34,000, and so that is considerably lower than what we started out, which was like the high 60s. Actually the medium 60s. All right, regardless, let me just put in the value that I mined here over the last 24 hours, and that is 0.00028687 Bitcoin, and that you can see if I make this a little bit bigger. All right, so that's the amount I mined over the last 24 hours. I switched off about 70% of my ASIC mining farm because of the incredible power draw and low profitability now on Bitcoin due to the price. So I'm just making around $10 a day with what I currently have. So you could say, let's put that in there. So it's around $10.11. So yesterday, about $10. And then on Ethereum, about $45. Okay, super, super low. Not the greatest, unfortunately. Actually, let's take a look here. What did we do on ETH recently? So let's easel. Alright, so 25. Actually, I made a mistake here. That's my fault. I kind of overshot it a little bit. Messed up the dates here. So what I want to do is track yesterday. Okay, perfect. So about $45 there, and then this is correct. Perfect. Okay. So $45 yesterday, and then today we're obviously around, you could say, 0.006 ETH. Again, profitability is considerably low because of the price of the coins right now. By the way, this is what a mining pool looks like, in case you're wondering. I'm currently running about 800 mega hash, but again, like I said yesterday, one of my cards is actually offline because I'm running this live stream. Okay, it's actually in this computer right now. So I gotta keep that offline for now. But I do have about 20 cards or so that are running on ETH. All right, cool. So let's jump into Fishswap here. And as you can see, I wrote down, let's actually show you what this looks like. So on Fishswap, you can see that every single day I've been writing down what I've been making. The green rows here represent the amount of money that I invested into Fishswap to kind of seed the algorithm, you could say. And so over the last 24 hours, column number 35, the 28th of the 5th month, you can see that we've made about 1,009. Let's actually update that here. About 1,009 fish tokens, which is around $119. As you can see, that's actually doing better than the mining, okay? And I don't have to worry about electricity. So that's really, really cool. So how are we gonna get to $1 million if we're only making $100 a day? Well, let me show you. In case you have not seen this before, this is a compound interest calculator. And like I said, part of my strategy for this particular investment is to use some kind of traditional investing principles over time to build this portfolio. Not so much make speculative guesses or bets on coins and hope they 5x or 10x or 100x. Instead, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to slowly generate new tokens every single day, and then I'm just trying to compound it. In other words, I'm trying to reinvest everything I make back into my total pool. All right, so you can say that I'm starting out with around $2,400, which right now is actually considerably less because of the fish price here. You can see down on the bottom left side, the fish token did drop in value considerably, actually. This was the original price that I actually bought it at, around 11 cents. So if you're interested in this particular token, today is the day, my friends. Today is the day to pick that up. Hopefully that will continue to grow in value. But again, we don't measure our success based on days or weeks. We measure our success based on months or years. All right, so let's show you what we're working with here. Around $2,400 is our initial deposit. Let's head over to the pool here and check out our interest rate. We're working with around 4.7% per day per $1,000. So in other words, let's just put in 4% for conservative purposes. Let's switch it to daily. Let's say we're invested for 1 whole year. So that's the purpose of this live stream, to show you what that looks like. And this is very important. We want to compound every single day. In other words, we want to take what we're making and reinvest it back every single day. All right, and so when I hit the calculate button, you'll see what that looks like here in just a sec. All right, cool. So this is around, something crazy, $3.9 million. Okay, hold on just a sec. 2,400. 1 year, 4%. Awesome. Okay, cool. Wow. Very, very interesting. Okay, so why do we get such a super high amount here? And of course, this fluctuates every day based on the token price. But let me just kind of walk you through this whole thought exercise here so you kind of understand what you're looking at. All right, so on this particular screen right now, let's make this a little bit smaller so you can see this here. Okay, so whenever you put money into an investment vehicle, the original amount that you put in is referred to as your principal investment. All right, and that right now for us is around $2,400. But how does it actually grow so quickly? Well, the most important thing here is that we are compounding every single day. In other words, we're taking everything we're making and we're putting it back into our investment. So it means our total investment over time grows in value, and that's really, really important. All right, so as you can see, around $3.9 million projected over 12 months. They totally fluctuate because the interest rate itself fluctuates, okay? And the fluctuation or the variation of these interest rates is completely dependent on how much liquidity is in the pool. So in case you don't know about yield farming, I encourage you to check out my other videos where I walk you through this whole experience on how to get started in this space. Regardless, let's jump back into this calculator. And as you can see, our principal investment, $2,400. And then after 30 days, that's what the number 1 represents, the passing of the first month. So after 30 days, we've almost doubled that investment, okay? So of course, if the interest rate is a little bit higher, it'll be higher. If not, it'll be a little bit lower, but we've almost doubled that. So that's really, really cool, really exciting. But notice after 60 days, all right? So after reinvesting every day for 60 days, we earn an additional $18,000 in just pure interest. And that means this token price can remain as low as 10 cents. It doesn't really matter. As long as we're reinvesting everything we make every single day, that number is going to go up. And so as you can see, after 60 days, projecting $26,000, which is roughly around 10x our original investment. And so this particular style of investing, just taking what you're earning every day, reinvesting it back into the pool, this is not dependent on token price. All right, token price can be 1 cent, it can be 10 cents, it can be 50 cents, it can be $10, it doesn't matter. Okay, the most important thing here is that you understand the value of time and the value of compounding interest. And that's more of a traditional investing technique. Over time, we build wealth, not instantly or in a few weeks or months, okay? Over time, which means that, for example, if we decided to go longer than 1 year, let's say, for example, we decided to put in 2 years here, all right, you'll see something really, really crazy show up. As you can see, $6 billion, crazy, crazy, crazy. And the reason for that is because we're just adding everything back in. Imagine adding $3 million back into your investment, adding $10 million back into your investment, adding $30 million back into your investment. Those are crazy, crazy, crazy numbers. And that's why we get to that crazy valuation, right? Now, do I think this is completely possible? No, definitely not. I do think that it is somewhat possible if we can remain in a high kind of yield state for, you could say, about 12 months or so. I think it's definitely possible. But like I said, interest rates always vary. And so the best time to get into an opportunity like this is when the interest rates are really high. Because when more people jump into this particular opportunity, the interest rates drop. And as a result, your earnings will be slightly less. So what you want to do is jump in relatively early and then just try and be as consistent and diligent as possible. All right, so let me show you what compounding looks like. First, I'm going to head over to the farm section here, and I'm going to harvest my tokens that I've provided as liquidity. So as you can see, I've earned about 80 fish tokens for providing liquidity. I'm going to pay that gas fee, and I'm going to harvest that amount. All right, so there it is. It's gone to 0, and the fish should show up in my wallet. So there it is in my wallet. All right, let's head over to the pool section, and let's do the same thing. I'm basically going to hit the harvest button. Again, I'm going to withdraw this 934 fish tokens. So let's go ahead and withdraw. All right, it's gone to 0, and we should have about 1,000. Okay, very cool. About 1,015 fish tokens in our wallet. Okay, and so basically the process of adding it back in is simply hitting this plus sign and choosing max on the pool section here. So that's maximum liquidity. Go ahead and pay the third gas fee and choose confirm. All right, so if you're exclusively invested in the main pool, so that's this section right here, just the main pool, you don't have to do all of those steps. You just have to hit the compound button and pay just one gas fee. Okay, you don't have to follow all of those steps, and that's something that's really quite important. All right, so there it is, you guys. I have reinvested my earnings. Again, let's just take a look at the chart here to see what's been happening. Again, like I was going to say, the token price is down. It's not the best feeling. The entire market is down, actually, across the crypto landscape right now. So it's a tough time. I'm not going to lie. It sucks. Okay, we saw a token price of around $1 originally when this first launched. I did kind of ride this whole wave up. I didn't sell, unfortunately, because I was interested in building long-term wealth. As you can see, it dropped and is slowly trending downwards. The hope is that we would start to filter out all the sellers here and start to encourage more buyers and holders long-term. Okay, so regardless of whether people buy or sell, we're going to try and hold long-term and try to reinvest everything that we make long-term, and that's kind of the goal here. The reason for the price, as you can see, these red candles represent the selling that's been happening. So over the last, you could say, 24 hours, we did hit a token price. Actually, let's see here. We did hit a high of around 15 cents, you could say. Yeah, so we went up to about 15 cents there, and then we just started falling all the way down to 11 cents. So if you're interested in buying, this is a pretty good dip. I've personally seen this go as low as around 10 cents, give or take. But that seems to be the strong support level for this particular coin. Regardless, we're going to try and hold on to this long term. Now, a really cool, exciting opportunity that's coming up for the Fish token. For those of you who are more interested in trading, specifically arbitrage, they are going to be listing their coin on the following platforms. So MXC is one of them. This is MXC. This is a trading platform similar to Binance. All right, so what they're going to do is they're going to list the Fish token at a price of $1, which means that if you've got Fish here in your account, and if you're interested in selling and making a profit very quickly, then you could always just go ahead and withdraw your position, either your entire position or some of your position, into your wallet, and then send it to the MXC platform the moment the coin is listed. If it's listed at $1, you can easily put in a sell order for $1 and make a lot of profit. So for example, if I were to sell all of my tokens, let's have a look here. I have just under 20,000 tokens, which means that if I withdrew all of that and sent it to MXC at the time of listing, I could potentially end up with $20,000, which would be really, really cool. It would be a really awesome starting point. And so that's something that you can consider doing. The listing should be happening between the 12th and 14th of June. And so if that's something you want to do, make sure you set up your own MXC account. I might have a link to it in the description in case you want to check that out. There are a few other platforms as well. So Who Finance is another one. This is, where is it? Who Exchange. I don't see it here. Let's go to Who Exchange. All right, so this is what it looks like, who.com. All right, so this is the second one that they'll be listing on. It is a Chinese, or I believe it's Chinese or East Asian by origin. So this is the second platform they'll be listing on, and then the third one is called BitThumb. Okay, so if you're interested in potentially selling, these are the three platforms that you might be eligible to do so. Just make sure you set up accounts prior. So right now, for example, I'll have links in the description below. You can just go ahead and set up your accounts, make sure you do your KYC verification, and ensure that you're ready to familiarize yourself with the platform if you want to go this route. If you want to play the long game and potentially make millions of dollars according to the math here, then you could always just leave your tokens in the pool. However, it's definitely a wise idea. If you bought it at 11 cents and you've got an opportunity to sell at $1 or more, that's almost 9 or 10x growth almost instantly. So that's a really, really, really good return. I'd highly recommend you consider that. Maybe you want to mint for a period of time and then just sell your principal investment, so you're basically minting for free. All right, so lots of ways to kind of do this, and that's something that I would just want you to be aware of. All right, in this spreadsheet here, which by the way I'll have a link to it in the description below. I know that I haven't linked it in a while. I'm just trying to build a data graph here so that it's easier for you to see how we're doing. So that's taking a little while. Just got to work on those formulas, but I'll make sure that this is available to you so that you can use it to track your own investments if you're interested. This column right here, column number 13, like I said, I've got plans to announce our fourth asset that we plan on investing in over the next few days, and so hopefully that will accelerate some of our progress here. I'm very excited about it, but again, I don't want to announce something before I test it and make sure that it works. All right, cool. Let's jump into the chat to see if we have anyone in there. All right, Mr. Abdullah is in the chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdullah. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live stream. All right, I don't see any other messages here, so I'm going to say, guys, thank you so much, by the way, for hanging out today. It really is important for me to ensure that I document this journey, and I also want to show you that it's possible to fail as well as succeed. Okay, so anything can happen. All right, APC in the house. Yo, APC, what's up, man? Good to see you finally on the live stream. All right, guys, I want to tell you about all right, Mr. Bantu Viking. Yo, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. And you are very welcome. Again, it's just a way for me to kind of build a little community here in case you're also an investor and you're feeling kind of alone, you're not sure about where this market is going. At least you have somebody to hang out with, somebody who's kind of in it with you and whom you can possibly ask questions along the way. All right, so I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to basically just tell you about a really cool, really exciting opportunity. If you're interested in building your own online business, completely online, and you want to learn how to sell online courses, maybe you're good at something and you're thinking, hey, I could put this into a course and sell it. Well, you can attend our free workshop where we'll teach you how to turn that into a real business and go from zero to sales in 60 days. The workshop is totally for free. You don't have to pay anything. I'll leave a link to that in the description below as soon as I have that figured out. And with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me on this journey. If you are holding other kinds of crypto right now and you're seeing your portfolio go down, please do not panic. Please do not sell at a loss, okay? The best thing for you to do in a situation like this, when the market is kind of red, is to just step away and kind of remind yourself what you believe in, okay? Remember, what we're doing here is an example of a long-term vision, right? So would you rather have a couple $1,000 right now, or would you rather have a couple $1 million in a few years, okay? Long-term vision. So always remind yourself what you believe in, and hopefully some of that anxiety will go away, okay? It also helps not to look at the portfolio, not to look at the chart every minute or every hour. Rather, look at it once per day. You can look at it on live stream with me and let me know how it's doing. But that's kind of another way to use this opportunity, as well as to navigate this really volatile period of time. We could be seeing a lower drop in the cryptocurrency space. So brace yourselves for that. Remember, if it does drop, it's going up again eventually. So always try to keep a long-term view in mind. Don't think about what is my net worth right now. Think about what my net worth will be in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, okay? That's what really matters. And so we're putting in the hard work now. We're putting in the groundwork now, and hopefully within the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, our lives will completely change, okay? And it can completely change as long as you keep that long-term perspective. So I want to say thank you, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out and following me on this journey. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do so. My social media handles are on the side here. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Take care, everybody.